Floyd,
work
his
camp.
oldest is senior.
Yes, I know. I was thinking about that this morning. Dang.
Yeah, their graduation is Saturday.
Yeah, he feels old.
I know.
No,
I
I
don't
haven't.
know.
I didn't hear from anybody saying they weren't coming to Saturday.
Let's go ahead and get started. Jason?
All right. Is everybody good? Did you have a holiday?
Yeah.
A week of Mondays? I don't have a whole lot. As we continue to improve everything in the 911 center, things are well. We're finally full staffed after quite a bit, which is a good thing. And so one of the things I get to do is when we go to state directors conferences, spend a lot of time with agencies our size and figure out what areas that we can improve or things that seem to be a standard elsewhere. And I don't want to say that we're behind in any way, but it's good to see what other agencies are doing that's successful. And then not so much of it is things that cost us, a lot of stuff it's personnel, some of it's training. And so one of the things that I realized in a forum was that a lot of 911 centers, because of night work, have a night shift differential. Because A, it's hard to get people nowadays to work nights. And so we've not really had a major issue. All of our new employees start out on nights, and then as time goes on, they get the chance to move to days as a spot opens up. And so one of the things, I looked at White County, I think Carroll County, Franklin County, there are a handful of other counties at the table that we were at, and most of them run some sort of a night shift differential. Some are very lucrative to get people to work nights, so they don't avoid that, and some are I would say, average. And so based on that data that I compiled, and just kind of getting numbers, I looked at our budget, and with our part-time line that we have, unfortunately, we've not really snagged any part-time people because of the amount of time that it does take to get the training in. It's a hard part-time job to really get somebody to focus on. And so running numbers and looking at things, my request would be to utilize part of that funding to do an hour, $1 an hour night shift differential for the 4 people that work nights. Part of that pay policy would be that they only get that when they're in paid status. Obviously, if they take time off, that it doesn't apply. It doesn't, unless Beth tells me otherwise, it doesn't really apply to overtime. It's just a differential to be there at night. And so they are scheduled 2,184 hours as their scheduled hours, not before vacation. And so if we did $1 an hour times 4, it would be a total of $87.36 to do a night shift differential. Out of the part-time line, there's $15,000 there, so it would be easily to use that, but also on the same token, I'm excited that we are full staff, but we also, sometimes when we aren't full staff, we are able to save some of that money towards other things like emergencies when people are off, or if they have to double staff extra people or pay overtime for coverages. That helps in the long run for that. So that would be the cost of that. We don't ever exceed 2 people on night shift. It would be a pretty crazy event for us to have that happen. And person to come in would be Rachel. She's already covered under another line to come in for that. So it would be designed for anybody that works night shift is what the goal is, and, the night shift differentials range from $1 an hour to $2 an hour for 6 p.m. to midnight, and then $3 an hour from midnight to 6 a.m. It was a very wide range of differentials that everybody kind of threw out there, and so knowing our budgets and trying to stay as somewhat conservative as we can, but still give something. That's what my ask is, I guess, is without a half-hour explanation, but I think that's the simplest explanation, is to try to, I don't know that we'll attract anybody, but if somebody starts and we say, hey, on night shift you get a differential of $1 an hour, that might be a little bit easier, it might keep somebody on nights also, so it's a little bit extra money, so that's my ask, and I talked to Beth, and since it was a payroll change, she said that we need to come and talk to you, so here we are.
That's on an annual basis, right?
It would be on an annual basis, so we could look at shifting the part-time funding or using that. I don't wanna say that I wanna stay full staff, that's the ultimate goal, but it seems like EMS, there's always something, and so, I think we'll have some leverage there in those accounts that don't always get used, so.
This is more out of curiosity, but the ones that had the higher end, like the $3 an hour, were those more rural area where they might have had a harder time? I'm just more curious.
They were all we were all grouped up on large tables based on size, and so we were considered a small rural dispatch center, and so they were all counties our size.
Okay.
Or within, I think it was like the cutoff was 16,000 or less.
Uh-huh.
And so there's a lot of counties, but they didn't see a huge amount of them at the conference. I think there were, 8 of the 92 of us, so. And so we did send it out on the forum. There's an email forum, a listserv, and I didn't get a huge amount back. And so, but it seems that it is a thing that's out there. It's not something that hospitals do it, lots of places do it, obviously, but it's not something that I really found out until this conference, so. And wherever we can cut the edge to make it a little bit better or nicer or attractable, then I think it's worthwhile, so.
So this is just for the 911.
911 center only.
So then how's that gonna affect our EMS when there's people work nights then?
They're paid on a 24-hour basis, and so, they're gaining overtime, at a different rate, and so, if they wanted to be a dispatcher, they can apply for a dispatch position if they want that $1 an extra hour, but technically the EMS, the way their salary is set up, they make a little bit more, I think, annually, so.
Just seems like it flow through, you're paying some people at night, you're not
Right.
paying us at night. And I think if they're doing overtime, that $1's gonna be calculated in there, isn't it?
No, it's different. The overtime hours are broke out separate from regular pay hours.
But is it not based on how much they're making an hour? If they're making $10 an hour now, we're gonna give them $11 an hour, won't their overtime be based on that $11?
We can do a different pay line for just the $1 an hour.
It's a differential, so. I think that's how hospitals, you just get the differential, or some places, we don't do on-call pay technically, but some places do on-call pay of $1 an hour, and it's only added to your hourly rate when you're in status, so. I think it's probably how we write it up or how we apply it, so. And that only applies to the 4 people that work nights, and so that would be, you have to be assigned to a night shift. Like, I think that's the kicker, is that's when it applies, so.
So what if we have coverage of someone who normally works days this night, and they cover a night, they'd get that?
Yeah, because the person that would be not there would not be getting it, so, yeah, it wouldn't be in their hourly rate, it'd be separate, so.
I guess in theory, I'm not opposed to it, I just don't like doing it midterm. I mean, I'd rather do it starting a year
Sure.
that we can budget for, and
Right, and I wouldn't have asked had we not had the funding, I guess, and I don't mind. I like the idea of having a part-time person if we could retain one, but it's hard enough now to keep 8 people, like Rachel's been training solidly for the last year and a half, and we just started our newest dispatcher Tuesday. And so, do I ever foresee us using that money? I would like to say yes, it would be great to have that part-time person, but we're far enough away from Lafayette that, I know Carroll County has several part-time people, but they're close to Kokomo, they're close to Lafayette in a different manner, so they have those people that are willing to drive 20 miles as opposed to 30 miles to do that job, and so whether that's just a shift in that funding for next year, I think that's fine with me when we do look at budgets. It would be great to have that part-time person, but I just don't see it.
And when you talk about it, if we did it, we're not retroing back the first year, we're just
I
starting.
would say, I wouldn't want to start until June 1st and make sure that it's good with payroll and Beth, so.
Thoughts?
I mean, the funding's there, so
we would just do an additional, I'd make a new line for the night shift and then we'd have to go through the advertising process, but he can start it whenever if you guys agree to it, whenever.
I just don't wanna start a flood here, where we get the EMS
Yeah,
people, we get $1 more too, cause we're working nights.
right. And I guess in the public safety realm,
Are they already paid more? I can't remember.
yeah, they're definitely, I guess their hourly rate is probably not the same, but the amount of overtime and hours they work is significantly different. And I think I look back, we've had night shift differential, I think the county home had it for a while at some point, I don't know how recent that was, I know it had it in the past, and so, and I think my answer, not to sound cold to my EMS staff, but if they want the extra $1 an hour, we always have dispatch openings, but they would work a lot less, and the overtime isn't there, that they automatically get, and so dispatchers work 2184, and EMS end up working 2,800 hours, and so their opportunity to gain salary is significantly more, but we don't have people jumping through the hoops to become dispatchers, that's my biggest concern, so.
So it was 8736 for the year, but if starting mid-year, it would only
Yes,
be
it would be,
for
yes, it would be half of that, yeah, so.
half
roughly,
of
yeah.
the 15, so you'd still have 10 to 11 of
Yes.
the.
Cushion. Yeah.
Any other questions for Jason? We'll look for a motion.
I would make a motion to allow a $1 an hour night shift differential for dispatchers.
Second.
Got a motion by Angie, and a second by Lori to approve the $1 an hour differentials. When's the next pay period?
Next pay period would be June 12th.
When is that?
I can't remember.
Are you always going back, or is that, when does that pay period start and stop? So is it?
So
That way it's-
tomorrow's payday and it is for the previous 2 weeks. So the 10th through the 15th.
and this week, right?
Yeah.
The 12th.
Yes, correct.
So the next pay period technically would start the 8th,
Yes.
Because we just started.
So I think we ought to start,
maybe July 1st.
yeah, not move it back, but
Right.
move it forward, so
That's fine,
start the 8th is okay.
whatever makes it easier.
Is that enough time to get it advertised then?
So I can make the account line and it can go, he can use it and then it'll take like 3 months usually is what an additional appropriation, because I have to advertise it and then you guys have to approve it and all that.
So you do have to do that even though it's moving between payroll lines?
Technically, yes, but we already have the money and you guys approved it. Let me look into it, maybe I won't, I would like to not have to do it, cause it's such a process, but let me double check and then.
You okay with that, June 8th is the start date for that? Okay, we got a motion and a second. Any more discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, passed.
Thank you very much.
Be sure to include that in your budget.
Definitely. Really, 2 very quick points. We did luck out on some new funding from the state on training, so hopefully that helps some of our training costs. And they're also now paying for quality assurance, which is can be an AI system or just a managed system, and so that's funding that we can take advantage of from the 1222 side of the state level. Quickly on the EMA side, this is an update so you guys are aware. Just submitted a National Highway Traffic Safety Grant for, I'm trying to think, for $350,000 roughly to replace radios in the county. And then our BRIC grant got moved forward to the federal level to replace the remaining sirens that we have. So that'll be another, hopefully, we'll see if we get it. The application process is about $400,000 for that. So hopefully there's money coming in from those avenues. We'll see.
Great, but thanks for doing that.
That's all I've got. Unless you guys have any other questions, All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Did you too?
Okay, we need to approve the minutes of April 23rd, 2026.
I'll make a motion to approve as presented.
A motion by Angie, do you have a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Katrina, any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Hi.
Opposed? HEI 2010, Lori has a comprehensive report on our visit.
I do?
Oh, I forgot to email you that, right? Lori and I attended the meeting in Indianapolis. I wasn't extremely impressed, but it was somewhat informative. Spent an awful lot of time on how we can raise taxes instead of talking about HEA 1210.
Can I sign? Sorry. I wasn't here. Am I supposed to sign or not sign? I can't remember how that goes.
I think you were signed because you're here.
Because I'm approving.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt
You're
you.
fine. Any takeaways? I'm gonna go to another one they're having here in June. Hopefully it'll be formative, a little more.
It's a lot to digest. Like, I don't know that I have a great takeaway summary, to be honest. I gotta go back. I watched 2 of the videos. I still have not watched the 3rd video. It's kind of mind blowing how to.
They talked about it because we had conference the day after that meeting that you guys went to, and they talked about it a little there, and it's still just wishy-washy.
Yeah.
Like, talked about you can do the task force, you have until this date to do the task force, and then you have to submit something in December to the DLGF regarding the LIT, but it's like, they're not giving any definite answers because stuff can still change.
October, right?
Yeah, I'm like,
Well, it's a little confusing because the HEA 1210 is called the must, but you may elect to or not. So it's kind of a play on words to me. I mean, all the information says you may do it, you don't have to do it, but they call the thing must, so it tells me that you better do it at some point in time, I'm
Right.
guessing. It looks like 2029 is when it actually will go into place. It looks to me like in our small communities, counties, they're trying to get a Unigov put together, because we're gonna be responsible for approving all the budgets of these towns that then incorporates fire departments.
they're trying to combine townships too. They tried doing that originally and the bill got ex-nayed, but then I learned at my conference that they're giving, I have to go back at my notes because I can't remember the time frame, but they're giving the commissioners a time frame to decide what townships that are like small and don't have, I think there's a limit on the budget, and I can't remember that dollar amount, but if they're under that limit, then they need to be combined with other ones. And they're giving the commissioners a time frame to do that. I'm like, oh good. People are gonna love that.
But there again, to me, it goes back to micromanaging. We're gonna try to tell Ambia and Earl Park and Oxford what they can spend and can't, well, they got a board that hopefully they're being diligent in their work there. But for us to come together, like one council person and the town clerks is basically people to say, okay, Alderman, you're gonna get 0.1%, Alderman, you're gonna get this percent. Can you guys live with that? And so then it's all come to, it just looks to me like they're just going toward one government, and it's gonna be all run by the county. And like I said, I think they tried the trustees, that didn't, so let's do the towns and do it, and then we said, well, look how well it worked for the towns.
Yeah.
So now the trustees, you're all gonna be housed by one person. Yeah, I left there going, oh, I don't know what this is all about.
Yeah, it's weird because the lady who's doing all those videos, you know, I see her, she presented to the sheriff, so, oh, this is how you need to get it on HEA 1210, and she, you know, but it's like, you're not giving the council any idea as to how we're supposed to do this, but yet you're going and telling the sheriff that he needs to get in on it, you're
Yeah.
telling them, you know.
That was probably Jamie Ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the problem is, she deals with that every day.
Yeah, and she,
So she
her,
went, the
It's-
conference, it just flowed, and it's, well, you look here, you go this, look at this graph here, and this little graph up on the screen. And it's gonna be real easy, you know, you can see how much they made, this is what they're gonna get, you just say, okay, this is what you get.
Yeah.
But, you know.
for someone who doesn't do it every day.
Well,
who's
yeah,
not
try,
well
okay,
versed
let's
in it,
follow
like-
this, flip to the next screen, okay, now here's where this is, you know, it's just like someone who's really good at IT, bang, 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 and you're going, wait a minute, I'm still back on screen
Yeah.
one.
A more dumbed down version is explanation, honestly.
Yeah.
So the key is, if there's anyone passionate enough, we're gonna need a chairperson from this committee, is anyone passionate enough, they wanted to jump into the tax codes? Cause it's gonna be a long process, I think, and I've talked with a couple town clerks, and yeah, we've heard about it, but we haven't done anything about it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you're a pretty big part of this picture.
Yeah.
So obviously the word's not getting out there real well.
I don't know, do they have like classes or conferences that?
Yeah, they do.
The town, yeah, they go to conference.
Yeah.
You know, Treva Sarles, who does a lot of stuff with the towns as far as their consultant, she didn't know anything about it.
Which surprises me because she's very knowledgeable.
Yeah, so you know, she's the one that's gonna be, these clerks are dependent upon her.
Right,
Yeah.
she's probably digging deep into it.
Yeah, you're gonna need to. So we're gonna have to have someone lead that, looks like, we need to go in here pretty soon. So anybody just say, hey, I really wanna do this.
I think Brent does.
Yeah.
Maybe Ron.
Let it run. One, two.
That's what happens when they.
Yeah, no, you know, maybe,
Yeah, I mean, I'm going.
Jackie would be really good at it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I am going to the state meeting in June. So hopefully, my goal is
Okay.
they can dumb it down
I'll
for us.
try,
I don't
yeah,
know.
hopefully, yeah, we'll try to. I'll coordinate to begin with, if someone really feels passionate about it, I'm more than happy to pass it off. Cause I just, you get 7 different towns sitting at a table saying, I need this money and I need that, my fire department says they need this money, and you don't get that much money.
Yeah, well, I mean, you look at, you know, Ambia, and then you look at Otterman, or Oxford, that, you know, doing this whole revitalization. I mean, you're looking at 2 totally different.
Exactly.
Oxford did a fire territory like Otterburn did, which I didn't realize until their town clerk came in and said something, I'm like,
And
I
I think
had
they're
no
trying to
idea.
do that, try to beat these things, you know, these
very
taxes.
well possible.
But just, okay, so Ambia has a fire department, I learned.
Yes, they do.
Like, how busy are they? Like, how many
So-
volunteers do they have? How many, like,
How big their department is, I have no idea. I know that they get a lot of calls to assist Warren County because they're so close, like for mutual aid, or if Warren County can't get there in time. They do get called out every once in a while though for their area.
I think Ambie and Boswell and Oxford, a lot of them are like it, they have plenty of cover in the evenings.
yeah,
Like no cover
for during the day,
Right,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Because
8 to 5.
nobody works anymore
Yeah.
in the towns anyway.
Right.
And
Yeah.
it used to be, well, the town employees, they jump on the truck, or, well,
Yeah.
you really need to be, you know, skilled in
Right,
driving these
exactly.
trucks now.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not like the old trucks we had, and,
Yeah,
you know, and the, you know, coon dog would jump in and go off, and the town marshal would follow him, and they'd jump in. It just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And, so I think Ambie, probably 10, 12 in the department, but they're out there during the day.
so the bird 8 to 5.
Yeah, that's right.
It's called
Okay, so,
on the
well,
Yeah.
we gotta keep moving forward with it, looks like, and try to find more, and it seems like the few people I talked to at the conference were in the same boat that we, or that meeting, the same boat that we were.
Yeah.
We don't have a clue what this is all about. And,
Would any kind of like one, I don't know if they do this, just trying to think out loud, like a one-on-one, like, would they come here and do an hour or two? Like, I don't know,
Well, it sure be beneficial
Yeah.
if Jamie or someone in her staff would come and say, hey, we're gonna count all the towns together.
Yeah,
We're gonna sit here in the room and we're gonna talk about this. You know, let's give us some handouts so we can make notes on it. But
Yeah.
she was going so quick.
I
I mean,
could,
it just.
Yeah.
And, so, okay, well, it's one of those things we better pay attention to, cause.
Hopefully they'll go more in depth since it'll be like the council's conference.
Yeah.
Hopefully they'll
But I
be
looked
more in
at,
depth
but I
and you'll
looked
be
at
able
this
to
and I
ask
sure don't
questions.
see anything that talks about it.
well, I think this is just Saturday,
Okay,
and I think the
Yes,
thing
Friday.
was Friday,
okay,
The-
okay, that's right,
Was
like
it-
Friday evening, maybe.
Yes,
even.
the 12th and the 13th, yeah.
okay. Okay. All right, well, let's move on to transfers. We got 5 transfers here. Need a motion to approve those.
I'll make the motion.
Got a motion by Lori. Do we have a second?
I'll make a second.
Second by Angie. Any more discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? CFI abatement, CFO, I'm sorry.
I just have 2, one for Meadow Lake Wind Farm and then Jordan Creek Wind Farm.
They're testing ones.
Yes, the signatures are on the second page, I highlighted where.
Have they done what they said they were gonna do?
Let's start that in and move it around this way. And I'll sign it when we're done.
No, it's okay.
Nobody's complaining about those 2 at least.
Where are we on
These two.
The Templeton one, so the commissioners just had a meeting with him.
Check's supposed to be coming here in June.
June 1st.
I'll wait until the camera's on.
Okay. All right.
Always forget about that part. I know.
So as we're looking at, conference is the 13th, so Angie, you're gonna go on that Saturday?
I'm going down Friday and Saturday.
And you're, to let you know, because I think I'm registered for Friday, so if I wanna go on Saturday, do I let you know, or do we have to register? Is this in the
I'm trying to think, let me look at, I think the only thing
I mean, this talks about hotel rooms, but I didn't know.
yeah, so if you want to go Saturday, I can book you a room.
As far as the conference, do you need to be registered
That's
on
what
Saturday?
I'm looking.
I think they want some kind of idea.
But yeah, I thought that was odd that only mentioned Saturday.
Yeah.
But I thought the thing was Friday.
Well, I
There was
think the
like-
registration, like the email that you got, and you got like the $75 one, is for the Friday, right? That's what I need to look at, I can't remember.
I thought the $75 was for one that Lori and I went to. Was that different?
There was
Two,
2, yes.
okay. So I think I'm registered for Friday, right?
That's what I'm looking at.
Yeah, this is Saturday, 6:13, 7:30 to 4. Thank you for registering for the annual
The
meeting.
$75 one?
No, this is $125. But yeah, this just says Saturday.
I'm looking. I thought you had a $75 one too.
So what's the difference between Friday and Saturday?
I think one's AIC, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think that is Friday. I believe, because supposedly this Jamie is supposed to be talking again.
Yeah, I only show one registration confirmation. And the date on it is the Saturday.
I just saw that one. I found the 125 one. And then
Well, we figured that out, because I know Trina's anxious to get to work. So having nothing else, we'll look for a motion to close the meeting.
I would make said motion.
I'll second.